So I'm chatting with Liam. Liam, you now work for ShipServe, and you've been working for ShipServe for 3 years.
Yep.
But prior to that, you were a procurement manager, most recently at Bibby's, and then you came to ShipServe. Now, at Bibby's, did you always use the ShipServe system for buyers? Or was there a period of time at Bibby's when you didn't use ShipServe?
Well, funnily enough, when I started with Bibby's didn't have a system.
Right.
We then looked at actually some of the competitors of ShipServe, and we did try them out, but we found out that they were not suitable for the needs. It wasn't actually doing what it said on the tin. So we then migrated and used the ShipServe system, and we used the ShipServe system for the past 3 or 4 years, I think, previous to me leaving the company.
Sure. So you were there when you were part of the decision-making process.
Absolutely.
And you were there when they introduced and implemented the ShipServe solution for ship ownership managers.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as I say, and I've also had the experience of seeing how the other systems have performed in the same environment, and ShipServe is by far the best solution available.
And just talking about the implementation process, was it, how long did it take? Was it difficult?
We were able to provide them with our top 500 suppliers. They came back within a matter of a week. We were able to e-enable those suppliers in our system, and that was just a case of a straight upload of an Excel spreadsheet into our ERP system, and within the next day we were ready to rock and roll. So very seamless, very quick. And
then the results that you noticed, sort of before and after, if you like, were there very tangible benefits?
The main issue we had with the competitor company was the fact that we were finding we were sending transactions to a supplier, and the supplier was saying they didn't receive those transactions. We had no way to be able to track that. Whereas obviously with the ShipServe system, you have the transaction monitor tool, which allows you to ensure that you know when a supplier has actually opened the email and actually opened the transaction and actually has actioned it. So you can go into the transaction monitor, and if it says it's still been unread, there's an issue there, and we need to maybe resend it. Previous competitors don't offer that functionality.
And in terms of, so that's obviously a great benefit, but in terms of process automation, process efficiency, did you notice any upside in productivity?
The major upside was number of suppliers that were enabled. So there was very few suppliers that were enabled in this other system. So there had to be a lot of trade happening with suppliers on an email basis or a fax basis. So there was effectively 3 systems that we were having to use. Whereas with ShipServe, we only have to use the one system.
So just to clarify, with ShipServe, absolutely all of your suppliers were enabled through ShipServe. You didn't have to use the old email system. You could just completely rely on ShipServe. Did I get that right?
Absolutely, yeah. 95% of our suppliers, when I left, were trading on ShipServe.
And you've been now in ShipServe for 3 years. What was the thing that surprised you the most about ShipServe?
The realization that there is now there's a new era that we need to sort of embrace, is that buyers don't necessarily just want to look at transaction efficiency. That is obviously a key core proposition for a lot of companies, but they want to earn, they want to reduce their OPEX, hard times at the moment. So there's the era there for us to understand the data, to be able to try and help them in some way to source far better, far smarter than what they currently do at the moment.
You're working on a big project right now that will take 6 months, a year, longer. Can you very, very briefly tell us what that project is?
It's called Spend Analytics. We're looking at understanding the data. So what that means is a lot of buyers at the moment, they have recurring dirty data, and they've chosen not to, for various reasons, clean that data because it takes them a lot of time to be able to do that, or a lot of expenditure. We're able to do that with machine learning, with artificial intelligence. And by doing that, we're able to categorize a lot of that spend. So with that spend, we're now able to show analytics that can show the buyer exactly where they're spending their money, with what suppliers and with what type of products. And it's something that's bringing the marine industry forward into peer-like industries, such as in the aviation sector, where spend analytics is commonplace.
Your final question. A lot of ship ownership managers today are still using a non-specialized procurement system. Unlike ShipServe, which is a specialized procurement platform. You used to have one of those. What would you say to those ship owners, ship managers today about reconsidering a more specialized platform like ShipServe?
Well, ShipServe is now not just a transaction efficiency platform. That's obviously something we do well, but there's more than that. If you want to look at saving yourself money, if you want to look at finding better suppliers, if you want to streamline your operations, we're the #1 choice in the marketplace at the moment.
Liam, thanks very much.